Well, we did a video a while ago about how you prepare for riding in inclement weather, and today is the day I'm going to ride in some really horrible weather, just to explain how important it is to dress properly and ride safely and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to turn around and then you can see how awful, the camera sorts itself out, the weather is today. This is Storm Babette. It's been smashing the UK now for about 12 hours. Weather's horrible, roads are soaking, rain everywhere, and apparently this is only light rain, so what I'm going to do is go out for a little ride in it, have a chat, and survive! Well, here I am then, just about to go. Rain hasn't let up. If I just turn around a little bit there and show you, it's hoofing it down. Okay, so we spoke about going out riding before in the wet, and there's things you need to think about. Okay, you need to ride in proper kit. I have got it's not a very good picture, but I'll show you anyway. It's a BMW Enduro Guard suit. It's Gore-Tex. There are lots of different suits and lots of different price levels. You know, you have to buy whatever you think you can afford and what is suitable for you. You know, I do as many miles as I do, so I sort of have to invest in quite expensive kit. I've got a helmet, which is fitted with a pin lock visor. Make sure the visor is clean, and you know, we've got all these proprietary visor cleaning stuff, bits, you know, you can put on, visor clean, whatever. I use Pledge. I think it's fantastic. It makes the water bobble off. Rain-X does the same sort of stuff. Pledge is cheaper though. DrySparkle. I clean my helmet with seems weird. I clean my crash helmet with DrySparkle. I clean the bike with DrySparkle. I use all that stuff. And it's important that you maintain the equipment you're going to be using. Like a Gore-Tex suit gets washed quite regularly because I use it a lot. I reproof it with Nickwax Gore-Tex waterproofer and all that kind of stuff, and that's important. Excuse me. So we're about to go out riding now. First things first is not to jump on your bike and just ride like a loon. All right, you've got to let your tyres heat up, and in cold weather they're going to heat up slower. Okay, so I'm going to take my time letting them get warm again, or should I say warm up. One thing I forgot to mention is underneath my suit I'm using a layering system, so I've got wicking stuff. I don't wear cotton underneath my bike suits because it just gets hot and sweaty and you never dry yourself out, so I use like Hallie Hansen type stuff which wicks the sweat away from you. Bearing in mind, while you're riding in the wet, you will get colder. You've got wind chill against you, you've got the dampness of the rain acting on your suit, and even though it's Gore-Tex and it's going to keep you dry, you've still got to think about staying warm. So it's important that you layer up correctly and make sure you've got stuff. I've got good riding boots. I'm going to be wearing gloves. Now, a thing to think about when you're wearing gloves, and I'm sorry my fingers are getting in the way of the camera here. If you have heated grips and you're wearing Gore-Tex gloves, Gore-Tex works by taking the heat from your body and pushing it out through the system, if you want, out to the outer edge of the glove. If you put your heated grips on, it reverses that function, so it takes the heat is there and it sucks all the water in, so you don't want that. So I would try to get away without using your heated grips. If it's raining, it's not necessarily cold, it's just damp and miserable, and you're going to get wet hands. Wet hands are fine. I can survive with wet hands. So anyway, so back to riding the bike. Make sure your tyres get up nice and warm, and then we've spoke about grip and how much grip you lose, and you know, everybody thinks they're riding on an ice rink when in actual fact we're not at all. So it's about being smooth and consistent. So I'm going to get going before the rain gets any worse, because I don't think it can get any worse. It's as wet as an otter's pocket at the moment, and I'll have a chat while I'm going on. I apologise now if the camera gets covered in rain, but that's what we're riding in, so we'll speak to you in a bit. If you've got headlights, put them on, because in bad weather you cannot see what's behind you. If I can try and show you my mirror, if you can see in the mirror there, it's very difficult to see. There's a white van behind me. He's about 100 metres behind me, if that. And you know, if you haven't got headlights on and you're a black motorcycle with black kit on, you know, you have no excuse really to when somebody can't see you, you know, it's just really, really bad. So always ride with your lights on. If you think it's going to help you, I would say put your light on and, you know, possibly on full beam if you've not got a very strong light. But always be careful you're not going to dazzle people. And you have to take more time because people aren't looking necessarily in their mirrors when they are driving in bad weather. They're concentrating on what's in front of them, and typically car drivers are concentrating on their bonnet of the car and the boot of the car in front. So here we go. Nice open road here. We've used this road lots of times. 60 mile an hour speed limit. I'm looking as far ahead as I can, but I'm doing 60 miles an hour, and the road's cool, you know. You can see the different types of what I explained about the cars have ridden on once, you know, the tyre tracks have got worn down. And so I'm typically riding on a bend around what we call the sump area. Now everybody goes, oh, you can't ride in the sump area, it's always full of oil. Well, my car doesn't leak oil, and I'm sure most people's cars don't leak oil. And I don't think, you know, that's a valid point anymore. Modern cars don't leak necessarily. If anything, you're going to get water or oil or diesel from the sides where a truck or a bus is, you know, or you know, a car with a badly fitting fuel cap has leaked oil, so not necessarily in the centre. Now, because I live in a rural area, we have lots of tractors, and they're ploughing, doing the fields at the moment for winter veg and that kind of stuff, so we've got to consider that there's mud on the road. Now, mud in itself isn't a problem if you're riding straight through it. It's when it's on a bend that it becomes an issue. And then you have to think about positive cornering, you know, so using constant throttle through the bend to make sure you're keeping a good control of your bike, and also being in the right gear. So we're coming to the national speed limit, shoulder check behind me. Okay. I'm up to 55 miles an hour, my visor is cleared. Good view ahead. Sign on the road says slow, there's a grid. I haven't really avoided the grid. Now, grids are an interesting thing because everyone says, oh, you've got to avoid the grids in the wet. Yes, you have, if they're on a bend. But if they're straight and you're upright going over them, I don't see an issue. Just drive straight over them. Bit of standing water there. And I'm coming to a bend. That's Porth Town to my right. Nice wave actually today. So I've slowed down for the bend, but I haven't used my brakes, I've just used the gears. Still, it's a national speed limit, a little grid there. Going round, the wind's caught me, 40 miles an hour, I'm going into a 40 mile an hour bit at the bottom of this road. Traffic lights there as well for roadworks. Hopefully I'll get caught on the red and I won't have to go. Been on a long time, there you go. And I'm just going to pull up where it says wait here, and I haven't even used my brake. Okay, into neutral while I'm waiting. Just lift my visor a little bit to get some air in. I'm going to clean the screen on the camera, hopefully that'll still be okay. I'm hoping you're not just looking through my screen. The next little bit of road we're going to is a piece of road we use quite regular. Lots of bends on it. It's a national speed limit road. Nice and narrow. Closing my visor now because I'm getting up to speed again. Luckily, some of the grids, the metalwork on this road has been covered by tarmac, which is nice. And this road sometimes gets gravelly on the bend here, so I'm just staying in the middle of the road. Nice smooth acceleration up to the speed limit, which is 40 here. Over a bend, over a bit of grid on the bend, so I can't help that. The thing about going over grids is don't power yourself over them, alright? If you can see it, you know, and you don't intend to go over it, just release the throttle a little bit so you're not actually forcing the tyre to find grip. And we're coming down to an open national speed limit, which is 60 miles an hour. I'm out onto the right hand side. There's a little bit of dry out here on the right. I'm looking ahead as far as I can, doing 58 miles an hour now. Might even get to overtake a car. Okay, he started braking, there's water on the road. I'm looking ahead, got an overtake. Okay, I'm doing an overtake at 60 miles an hour now, check clear. You know, road's cool, it's good. Got a bend coming, bit of road, water in front of it, van coming round it. Not necessarily braking, I've just breezed off on the throttle a bit and I'm going around this at 50 miles an hour, straightening out. Tyres are gripping lovely, tyres on this are brilliant. In a straight road, up to 60 again. Got a bend to the left, and then a bend to the right. Standing water just in front. Eased off to about 50 miles an hour. It's not about driving fast, it's about being safe and smooth. Standing road and right on the bend. Drop right off the speed. Positive drive all the way around the bend now. Standing water again. And here we go, back up to 60 miles an hour again. Dropping down a gear, down into 4. Sorry, on this bend. Okay, I'm going to turn right and I'm going to turn round again and come back up, and that'll be the end of my little video, I think. So it's all about being smooth, planning everything, not rushing. There's no need to rush. There you go then, riding in the rain in Storm Babette, which is a bit of a monster. So I hope you got something out of that. I hope the camera's okay, it's not been too covered in water, and you actually got to see what I was doing. The crux of this whole thing is riding at a safe, steady, smooth speed and planning everything ahead. Okay, and riding in the rain, awesome, I love it. So if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe and bells and all that sort of stuff Toby does, and we'll see you in the next video.